Special thanks to Patreon supporter PhasFPS for making this tutorial possible. Hello ladies and gentlemen, ZPro here bringing you another Minecraft Modern Warfare vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the AT-6B Wolverine. The AT-6B Wolverine is an armed version of the T-6B Texan for primary weapons training or light attack roles. It has the same digital cockpit but upgraded to include data link and integrated electro-optical sensors along with several weapons configurations. Engine power is increased to 1600 shp with the Pratt & Whitney Canada PT6-68D engine, and the structure is also reinforced. So yeah, pretty interesting little aircraft here. We're probably all familiar with the T6 Texan 2, which this version here is basically the upgraded trainer. I believe the trainer that's now being really used kind of widespread as the kind of beginner intro course for pilots and stuff like that going into the military, at least for the United States. But yeah, pretty interesting aircraft, and then they decided to do a little bit of an upgrade to make it into the AT-6B Wolverine, and there are also some versions of this aircraft that are designed for export. So overall, pretty interesting little aircraft that serves a pretty unique kind of role. I'm not sure how many are actually really in service or really being used, especially kind of the domestic United States version, but still an interesting aircraft to say the very least, and will serve a perfect role as a nice light attack aircraft. But anyways, let's go ahead and kind of dive in here to taking a look at the aircraft and kind of go from there. So actually, before we do, I do want to go and give a special thanks to Patreon supporter PhasFPS for making this tutorial possible. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel more you guys already do, feel free to check out my Patreon page. Link is always in my video descriptions, where you can go and pledge a small amount to the channel every month, and in doing so earn a vehicle request you're choosing per month you're a patron. Really helps support the work I do on my channel, and you also earn the benefit of getting a vehicle request of your choosing per month that you are a patron, so definitely feel free to check it out. Again, link is always in my video descriptions. With that, let's go ahead and dive into the aircraft here. So starting off with, we have basically just the standard kind of gray color scheme here. It's a pretty small size aircraft, as it's just a basic little trainer aircraft and a light attack aircraft. We have some external fuel pods mounted onto the sides, some missile pods, and also some bombs equipped on the aircraft for basically, light attack. I don't believe it has any guns actually mounted into the fuselage. I think you can have the addition of gun pods, but for the most part, it is completely reliant on just missiles and rockets for light attack roles. It does have a little sensor here on the bottom of the aircraft, more like a little camera or something of that kind of sort, and this is a two-seater version of the aircraft as well, as the stock trainer is a two-seater as well. But yeah, pretty interesting little aircraft here. We have both the landed version, so the one you can see in front of you, and we also have the in-flight version, so you have both those at your disposal here for the tutorial, and you can pick and choose which one you want to build. Anyways, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into the tutorial. For our tutorial here, we'll be going ahead and start with layer 2, as layer 2 gives a kind of better basis here to build off of layer 1, so it's going to include adding some really minor things onto the bottom of the aircraft, so it's just kind of easier to start with this layer in particular. One thing I do want to mention is if you are completely new to my aircraft tutorials, the way I like to structure these tutorials, I like to do half on camera, half off. What this means is since the aircraft is completely symmetrical, whatever we do on one side of the aircraft will be the same on the other side. So for this tutorial, we'll be building the center line of the aircraft and then the entire right side of the fuselage and wing. It'll then be up to you guys in between layers to go ahead and copy the right side over to the left side to make your build. Pretty straightforward, and once we get for the first few layers, it should make a lot more sense, and really isn't anything too difficult. Also, in addition, we will be building the aircraft in the in-flight version to begin with, and then modifying it to make it the landed version. If you do want to make the landed version of this aircraft, one thing to keep in mind here is for layer 2, you want to start this layer exactly one block up from the ground level. So you can see here we have this, this furnace here, which we have set up. This right here is going to be basically one full block of space from the ground level. Ground here obviously being our grass, and you can see pretty clear, just one block of space. So make sure you take that into account, and again up here in the front, to go ahead and get started for layer 2, we're going to go ahead and count 2 blocks up, and we're going to place down an iron trapdoor on the top side there of the block. After this iron trapdoor, we're going to place down a second iron trapdoor, 2 stone top slabs, And right here, we're going to go ahead and place down our blast furnace. We're going to go ahead and place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stone top slabs, an iron trapdoor, a andesite wall, 2 iron trapdoors, and 2 stone top slabs. With that complete, go into the side of this top slab, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3 top slabs along the side here. We're going to go and then go over another 1, 2, 3, and another 1, 2, 3. We then want to go ahead and take our stone stairs. We're going to place down a stone stair facing this direction here, and then going back from the stair, 1 and 2 stairs. So you have 2 stairs and then the corner stair like so. We're going to go then place down a daylight detector, come off the stair, and we're going to go then turn it to the night mode like so. And then going back from this, we're going to place down a stone slab, and we're going to then place down a iron trapdoor after that stone slab. Once we get to this point here, we want to go and then skip a space from these stairs. We're going to place down a polished andesite block, 1 more block back, and then, or sorry, actually it's going to be 1 block here, and then 2 blocks forward. This stone stair here is actually going to be a corner stair, so yeah, that stone stair for corner stair on both sides there. On the back of this polished andesite row, we're going to place down a oakwood trapdoor closed like so, and then a skeleton skull come off this polished andesite block like that. Once we have that done, we're going to go and place down a dark oakwood fence gate, come off the side of this polished andesite block, open up toward it, and another fence gate coming off this one here. And this fence gate here is going to be opened up toward the center. So we want the fence gate opened up toward the outside here, the center one, and then the one on the outside here opened up toward that other fence gate like so. And we then want to just go ahead and take our wither skeleton skulls. We're going to place down 2 wither skeleton skulls on the end of those dark oakwood fence gates, followed by a dark oakwood sign here on the very end. And after that's all done, that's going to pretty much wrap up what we have for this layer. So pretty simple stuff. Also on the side of this blast furnace here on the front, we're going to place down a skeleton skull on the side there. And also a dark oakwood sign on the side of this stone slab here, this first one here in the front. And with that all complete, that is now going to do it here for layer number 2 for the build. Here's what it looks like from up above. And with that, that's going to wrap up the layer. Let's move on to layer number 1. Alright guys, going ahead and move into layer 1. Layer 1 here, pretty simple. We're going to be going ahead and going to the bottom of the daylight detector on the wings here. We're going to place down a stone top slab, followed by 1, 2, 3, and 4 back. So you have a total of 5, and then we're going to place down an iron trapdoor here on the very bottom of that one on the back there. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing over here on this side as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stone top slabs, iron trapdoor. And we also want to go ahead and go to the bottom here, and on the bottom of the blast furnace, we're going to place down a stone top slab as well. Once we have that all complete, that is going to basically wrap up what we have for layer 1. Pretty simple stuff there. And with that, we'll go ahead and move into our next layer, layer number 3. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we'll be moving into layer 3. For layer 3 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a stone full block on top of this iron trapdoor. Turn off this stone full block, we're going to place down a stone upside down stair, going forward from it like so. And then going back from the stone full block, we're going to be placing down a long row of stone, going back a total of 15 blocks, followed by 2 stone top slabs at the very end. Once we have that done, we're going to go ahead and place down a skeleton skull, come off the side of the stone full block, and then we're going to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, andesite walls back. After we have that done right there, we can also go ahead and actually grab ourselves some light gray stained glass panes, and we can go ahead and actually place down a light gray stained glass pane here, and these 4 stairs or walls here we'll go ahead and replace. So we'll have something that looks like this. So in total here we'll have a row of 9 of these walls, and then we'll have 4 andesite or light gray stained glass panes. We then want to go and skip a space from this glass pane here, and we're going to place down a stone or a iron trapdoor, come off this stone full block here, followed by a stone top slab, and then another iron trapdoor. Come off the stone top slab, we're going to place down 1 more top slab, and then 2 iron trapdoors at the side here, and then right here we're going to place down 3 iron trapdoors like that. Once we have that done, we're going to go and then place down 1, 2, 3 stone pressure plates, iron trapdoor, 1 and 2 stone pressure plates. We're going to then place down a row of 1, 2, and 3 of daylight detectors, and we're going to turn these all to night mode. And we're going to place down a row of 3 of daylight detectors and turn those to the night mode as well. Once we have that all done there, we're going to take our stone slabs. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3 stone slabs across the side here. And we want to go and then place down another row of 3. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to go then place down a row of 3 of upside down stairs. So 1, 2, 3 upside down stairs, followed by 1 and 2 and 3 stone top slabs. And then we're going to follow this up by placing down a end rod, which will be over here on the left side. So on the left side here, once you have those 3 stone top slabs transferred over to the left side here, we're going to have 2 end rods coming off these 3 stone top slabs. So just take note of that. On the left side here, you will have those end rods. Over here on the right side, you're not going to have those. And we're going to go then just place down 2 rows of 3 of iron trapdoors there on the very end. And once we have that all complete there, that is going to wrap up what we have for layer number 3 for the build. Here's what it looks like from up above. And with that, we'll go ahead and move into our next layer, layer number 4. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer number 4. For layer 4 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go ahead and go to the top of the stone upside down stair. We're going to place down a stone full block. We then want to go off the stone full block with a polished andesite block here toward the front with a skeleton skull on the very front there. Going ahead and going back from the stone block, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 blocks. At this point right here, if you do not want to build an interior for the aircraft, we're going to go ahead and place down a row of 6 of black concrete blocks here. If, however, you do want to build an interior, you're going to go ahead and leave a space of 6 here, and you can use this space to go ahead and build an interior for the aircraft. Just be aware that there really isn't too much space for an interior on it just due to limitations of Minecraft. But if you want to try, then go for it. Anyways, after that row of 6 of left open or black concrete, we're going to go and place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 stone blocks going back, and then an iron trapdoor here on the very end. For the horizontal stabilizers, we're going to place down a row of smooth stone pressure plates going across these 2 rows of 4 here. After that, we're going to go ahead and place down a skeleton skull coming off this stone block here, followed by a light gray stained glass pane, and then 1, 2, 3 black stained glass panes, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 andesite walls going toward the front. We're going to go then place down a polished andesite slab, followed by a withered skeleton skull coming off the slab, and then a skeleton skull here on the side of this stone block. With that all done, we also want to go ahead and grab ourselves some item frames, along with some red concrete. And if you do have, if you are on Java, we're going to go ahead and grab dark oak wood signs. We're going to be going ahead and going to the side here. We're going to count back 1, 2, 3, 4, and our 5th andesite wall. We're going to place down an item frame with a red concrete block at an angle like so. If you are on Java Edition, you can go and place down a dark oak wood sign on the side of that wall as well, and the item frame and the sign will fit in the same block space. However, if you're not in Java, or if you're not on Java and you're on Bedrock, you will not be able to put the sign. So just place down the item frame if that's the case. We then want to go ahead and go to the second to last wall. So this wall here, we're going to place down an item frame, red concrete block, same as that one up there, and a dark oak wood sign again over it if you're on Java. And that'll basically make those little markers there on the side of the aircraft. And after that, the last thing we need to do here is to go ahead and grab our stone pressure plates and go to the side here with the very tip of our wing. We're going to go ahead and place down stone pressure plates on top of those iron trapdoors. And after that's all complete, that's going to wrap up what we have here for layer 4. Here's what it looks like from up above. And with that, we'll go ahead and move into our next layer here, layer number 5. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we'll be moving into layer number 5. For layer 5 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go and place down a black carpet on top of this stone block up here in the front. We're going to then place down 2 dark oak wood trapdoors, a polished andesite slab, a polished blackstone slab, followed by a second polished blackstone slab after that. We're going to then place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 of the light gray stained glass blocks, and then 2 stone blocks, a stone slab, a daylight detector, which will turn to the night mode, a stone slab, and then 2 coal ore blocks like so on the very back here. Once we have that done, going back up to the front here, we're going to place down a wither skeleton skull at a slight angle like this, coming off this polished andesite wall. And we're going to then place down another wither skeleton skull going back from it. We then want to place down 2 light gray stained glass panes, 3 nether brick walls, and then another light gray stained glass pane like that. We're going to go then place down 2 polished andesite walls, going back along the side there, like so. Once we have this done, we're going to go then grab ourselves our item frames. And we're also going to need black beds. We're going to place down an item frame on the side of this andesite wall, rotate it so the pillow is facing toward the front, and we're going to place down a dark oak wood sign on the side of the wall, like so. With that all complete there, that is going to basically wrap up what we have there for layer number 5. Pretty simple stuff. Also, while we're at it, we'll put the props on for the aircraft. So for this, real simple, we're going to go ahead and go up and at an angle, basically to all sides here of this block. So just like this all the way around. And we then want to go and place down a sandstone wall that goes up at an angle from these. So it's going to kind of form a giant X. Just like that. And after we have that done, that's going to do it for the props, and with that, that'll complete layer number 5. Let's go ahead and move into our final layers here. We have layers 6, 7, and 8. Alright guys, moving into our final layers, we have layers 6 through 8. For these layers, to go ahead and get started with here, for the cockpit, we're going to place down a brick slab on top of this gray concrete, or gray stained glass block here, and then to both sides of it, we're going to place down a wither skeleton skull here at a very slight angle, like so. After that, we're going to then take our light gray stained glass pane, or full blocks, we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3 blocks back, and we're going to then grab ourselves a narrow brick stair, and we're going to place down a narrow brick stair here on the very end. After we have that done, we're going to then place down a daylight detector, going back from the narrow brick stair, and also to the sides here of these 3 light gray stained glass blocks, we're going to place down 3 light gray stained glass panes there to both sides. We also want to go ahead and go to the corners here of the narrow brick stair. We're going to place down a wither skeleton skull here at a slight angle like this to both sides of the stair. Going back from this, we want to go ahead and then place down a lever on top of that stone block, and then for the very back tail here, we're going to place down 2 stone blocks, actually a stone block and then a andesite wall. We're going to place down another stone block, andesite wall, and we then want to go ahead and grab a slab and skeleton skull. We're going to place down a slab and a skeleton skull on top there. And then we're just going to go ahead and grab a polished black stone button, place it down on both sides of the stone block, and that right there is going to pretty much complete the design there for the in-flight version for the AT-6 Wolverine. And with that, we'll go ahead and move into the landed version, which will basically just include putting the landing gear onto the aircraft. So with that, let's go ahead and move into the landing gear. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into the landing gear. To go ahead and get started, we'll be going ahead and working on our front wheel to begin with. For this, we're going to be going ahead and dropping down to this section here. We're going to go and delete this iron trapdoor right here. And in its place, we're going to place down a birchwood fence post that comes down like so. On the bottom of the fence post, we're going to place down a block of coal. And then we're going to go ahead and then place down a dark oak wood sign to both sides of this fence post, just like that. We then want to go and place down a white banner on both sides of this block of coal. And this white banner here is going to be designed with a loom and 2 pieces of black dye. Our first piece is going to make a border that goes all the way around, so just like that of the black. And then you're going to go do a stripe that goes right through the center horizontally. Pretty simple stuff, and that will create this little banner here. And then you're going to place it down on the sides here of each side of this block of coal. And you'll create the front wheel that are like that. So pretty simple. Let's go ahead and move on to the rear wheels. Alright guys, going ahead and move into the rear wheels. For the rear wheels here, we're going to be going ahead and go into the bottom here of the aircraft. We want to go and go to this section here, and we're going to go and break out this stone top slab. In its place, we're going to place down an upside down quartz stair, which we want facing that direction, and then on the bottom of it, we're going to place down a block of coal. On the one side here of this block of coal, we can place down the white banner. On the other side, unfortunately, we do have the stone top slab, so we can't place it in that space. But do know that on the top here also, we're going to need to place down a stone pressure plate on the top there to cover up that bottom of the stair. We're going to go ahead and go over here to this side and do the exact same thing. There we go. And then a block of coal, white banner, and then a stone pressure plate on top. And that right there will do it for your landing gear. So pretty simple stuff there. And with that, that's going to complete my design here for the AT-6B Wolverine. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this tutorial and are able to put it to good use. If you do end up using this build, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This can be a link from the side of the build for my channel or this video if this does appear on any social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for the build, you're free to different projects you guys are working on. Overall, enjoy the build, have fun with it, and all that fun stuff. Again, to big special thanks to Patreon supporter PhasFPS for making this tutorial possible, and as always, feel free to check out my Patreon page. Link is down in my video descriptions. With that, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Gear 204, and I'll see you guys next time.